So now Mathias is going to do the demonstration, the live demonstration. And if you want to, you are welcome to stand up from your chairs and come a bit closer, because the entire area of the machine is right behind the stage here, so you might not be able to see for the pillars. But please stand behind the yellow black tape on the floor. So that's for your safety, so you don't get hit by anything or hurt yourself.
And before you stand up, bear in mind, we will have a camera guy following me, so it will be visible on the screen and for you at home also.
Yeah. But we welcome you to stand up if you want to and come a bit closer.
Yes.
And now take it away, Mathias.
Okay, let's move and I will talk, because the machine will make a bit of a noise anyway, so I will have to be a bit loud. If you remember from my earlier presentation, I registered a garment. It was a pink shirt that we called Pink Shirt, I think, and we put a notice on it and said woohoo. So it's now loaded and John is ready. Okay, so we have loaded it on the hanger that we made from the templates from Intelligent Bridge. And the system is now ready to take the garment. Oh, hopefully it will work. Yeah. So the first default route is, of course, that the garment is published on the website, and you can see on the screens if it's still shared. There is a shirt, but there is no picture. Okay. So yeah, and it's of course boring to wait for the garment to reach the photo station. But the goal is not to put one garment in. At least 30 garments a minute is available to just push on. Let's do another one just for fun. So let's find the yeah, I think it's there. So let's see the next shirt. I have preloaded them just because I'm a bit lazy. I did like a chef. I prepared a lot. But this is a blue shirt. And we have a description. It's a second hand. It's still a shirt. So now it's published also on the website, and we put it on the system. So the pink shirt is traveling. Yeah. It's almost. Yes. Yeah, there's some more places over there if you can't see. Now the shirt is going to the photo station. As soon as it reaches the right position for photographing, the software will start a sequence of lighting and photographing to take to get optimal lights for each side of the garment. It will be quite quick, and hopefully it works. I don't know. Yeah, so product is in position, and now it's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So now 4 pictures are published on the website, and now the AI has started working, detection and now I can see the AI is done. So let's see what the results was on the web page. Let's now go back to, do you see the screen? Good. So let's go to the web shop. Let's do a refresh. Okay, we have the pink shirt. We have 4 pictures, 1 from each side, or as we say, 1 from the front and 1 from the back, and 2 additional from the sides. And if the AI has done its work, so this text is generated by the AI. So it's a mender's guide. And maybe Thomas, you can help me to interpret the text, because there are some. Please join me.
Okay. Yeah, it's basically text to help a mender to see, okay, what can I apply? Where can I apply it? It talks about fat stains, talks about some reva, some rip, and what kind of pattern we recommend. So this is again a configuration. So now that can be configured. We have the RFID or the identity of the garment that fits to some kind of class of garments, and then we have a strategy. Okay, for big things, then we use some specific print.
And this, sorry, we have to keep some distance because of the microphones, not that I'm smelly. So this is a quite technical text at the moment. but would it be possible to make it more fit for consumers?
Yeah, for the mender, you mean? Yes.
Yeah, this
yes.
is for
yes. Oh, for the consumer. Yes.
Yeah.
Of course. This is the focus of some remake artists who will actually work with the sewing machine.
And we also measures the errors to give some hints on what to apply on the different errors. So now we have done 2 garments, and the first garment is in the buffer, and this system doesn't care about when things happen. The 2 main operations are adding clothes to the system. The second is of course people buying it. So let's buy one. Let's buy the pink shirt, and I will of course buy an embroidery. We haven't put a lot of effort in doing the graphical user interface for this because of the time frames on the product, but there are products that will solve generating embroidery patterns on the fly on the web page. If you would like to know more about that product, you can ask me, but we didn't go that far now. Maybe in the future. So let's buy it with an embroidery. I could buy it with its size change, maybe a small outer seam, ultrasonic welding, or a washing. And then, of course, I have to pay for it. This would be really expensive. So proceed to the checkout. Oh, it's pre-filled. That's good. Easy shopping. So place the order. And then I have to, yep. Order is received. And there is some, we send the order to a repeater in the United States, just for a trick of it. But now the order has come back to the system, and now it's sorting out the pink shirt, and it will send it to station 1005, I think. No, 6, because that's where the embroidery machine is. And we can wait for that if we would like, but I promise it work. Yeah, and there we do the operations, and then we send it up to the main line again. And the next step is packaging and delivery, and we show it by this station. Let's buy another one just for having some more shirts in the, yeah, that's the blue shirt. Let's put it to embroidery also.
Mathias, could you also maybe talk a bit about the different operations that can be carried out in the system? That there are several stations for each operation.
Okay, so this is the sewing station. I can show you quick. This is a very special machine. It's called auto seam because it can sew by itself. Okay, now he's lying, he's saying. Well, maybe not. At least it's really good at sewing 2 pieces together by itself, even though you don't have to program it. It follows the edges, and it also reads cutout marks to stretch and hold the fabrics like a seamstress does. And you can use that machine to fix issues. It's not available for the textile industry. It's made for the car industry. But we have bought it and we show it to everybody and say, this is how industrial machines will be in the 5 years horizon. This technology is to be implemented in standard machines in the future. Maybe we have some time to demonstrate that later on. And if you really want to see it, I can, yeah, machines should be running. Okay, so now the shirt is ready. And as you see, I already done an embroidery just as a good chef in TV. So let's send that away. And we haven't automated this step. Of course, to do an embroidery, I have to pick the shirt off, clamp it in some magnetic frames, put it in the machine. There are softwares that can program the embroidery machine with the right pattern by itself. So if we would like to go that path, we could add that to our system. But let's say we are done. We have fixed this hole with putting in a really good star, maybe, or something. So let's put it to packaging and delivery. And the next route is this station. So we see we have a few of those that we have done. Yeah. So we take this off and we put it in a box and send it to the customer. And by doing this, we have handled the garment as few times as possible, even though we have made it available online, made some order configurations, maybe, yeah, we had added value. And just to give you a quick note, let's show those 2 shirts and the robot. We haven't implemented this robot yet, but if there are points in the style shoots that are hard to see on the when using cameras from far distance, we can use the robot arm with camera on it to take close-up pictures. The more detailed pictures we get of the problem area, the higher the probability is that AI will give you a good result. And those 2 shirts were made by my colleague Jennifer to the fair we went to in Italy. We wanted to show that you should that design is a really good tool to add value. Those 2 shirts are from the secondhand, sorted out secondhand clothing. For example, this shirt had some stains. So instead of doing one embroidery, she made a lot of them. And it really looks good. The other shirt had some dirt on its collar. So we print on it. There is direct-to-print technology nowadays that you can restrict to certain areas on the garment and then print a pattern on it. Then you hide the defects. So there are a few of the operations we can do.
Yeah, so
now I think it might be time for some questions.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mathias and Thomas and everyone who's been involved in this.
Let me stop the machine for a second.
So what we need to mention as well is that this we've made well, Mathias has created a system for retail and e-tail as well. But this system can also be used if you're looking to perhaps create a collection out of garments and before showing it to the public. So you could use it to detect if you have defects on garments, for example, straight out of production, or in this case, maybe surplus garments from Varian or some other sorting central, where you could actually maybe ask for men's striped shirts with stains on them and then put them through the system. And instead of having to manually look for each stain, you could push them through the system and ask the system to send them to a specific workstation to perform an embroidery or a print or whatever and create a collection before releasing it to the customer. So there are many options here. This is it's a very dynamic system. Both Eaton system, the base of the remake machine is flexible, but also what you can do with it. So I'm guessing that there are maybe a few questions. If you have any questions, just put your hand up. No questions. If you want to talk to both Thomas when it comes to AI development, or if you want to talk to Mathias about the setup or the other machines that are available here in the Do Tank, you just talk to them during a lunch break. But I also want to mention that what we're trying to do here is actually create the foundation for a new Swedish circular textile and fashion industry. So we're trying out stuff, we're doing things, but in the end, it's for all of you guys to, if you can implement just maybe a tiny bit of it or everything, we would be more than happy. And it's also good to mention that everything that is done here, both in the Circular Movement project, but also in the project Microfactories that have been part of developing this system, is that it is available to companies to take part of. It's publicly funded, and also the solutions are also public. So if you want to take some of it, implement into your own strategies or your own companies, you're more than welcome to. So I also want to mention that even though this demonstration was very thorough, there are short movies on each step in this setup to give you more intel. And they're available where?
Sorry, yeah, you can find them on the website for Circular Movement. So if you go to Science Park Borås website, then you will find them there. So yeah, free
Exactly.
to see them.
So lunch is almost upon us, and we have a good hour to reload and get some more energy. Lunch will be served in the corner there. You feel free to sit wherever you want. We also have some tables outside of just through the entrance door there. And also mingle, do as you did so well before during coffee break. Talk to people, talk to the companies here, talk to the staff at Science Park Borås about what's available to you. And we also have the incubator from Borås. They're looking for maybe the solution to one of the many challenges that we are facing. So if you want to find out more about what they're offering, go talk to them. They're over there waving. So have a great lunch, and remember to show your name tag, and I'll see you back in about an hour. Thank you.